Hey guys, this is Dustin.
Jeremiah.
And Jackson.
We're Tennessee Woods and Water, and here we're doing an unboxing of a new tree stand we bought today. So we're going to go ahead and slide it down and tell you a little bit about it. Jeremiah, why don't you go ahead and tell them what kind it is?
It is the Millenium 100u.
Let's leave it leaned up on the top of the couch here like this.
And it weighs 15 pounds, and it has the mesh seats. And it includes a lifeline, a harness, and the hanger.
Yeah, Millenium, one reason we went with Millenium is they have a chain. You chain it to the tree, and then you just slide the tree stand down into that slot on that chain. I'll explain it to you when we get it out here. The guy at the bow shop showed it to us. We've wanted a tree stand like this for a long time. We were looking at some stands today. We have a new hunt coming up in January, and Jeremiah, it's a mobile hunt, so we can't take a ladder stand. It's public land. So I wanted to get another hang-on stand. We have an old Lone Wolf Alpha that works really well, but I've been looking at the Milleniums for a long time. We looked at the M7s because they're very light. They're a little over 8 pounds, but they're quite a bit smaller, and it serves a really similar purpose to our Lone Wolf. So this one, we decided to go with it because it's a little bit bigger, maybe more comfortable for an all-day sit. So if we're in the woods all day, maybe we can alternate. One of us sit in this one of us sit on the Lone Wolf. But this is the one we went with. The platform's a little bit bigger than the M7. The M7 is definitely more packable. The M7 has some features I really like. But let's go ahead and get this one open, and we'll talk about what we like. We haven't opened the box, but we already took the staples out. It comes nice and stapled up. And just right off the bat, we'll talk about a few things. She go back over there and sit so you can show them. We'll talk about a few things. This is really, really cool. You know, they say you get what you pay for, and that's true. So Millenium products, they're a little bit more expensive than pretty much anything you could buy in a big box store. But one of the things right up front is you're going to get a lifeline system or a safety link, or every company has a different name, but it's a static line that when you climb the tree, it goes up and down with you. So no matter where you're at in the tree, from the very bottom to the very top, you're always hooked in. It's very important for myself and the kids. I have a friend who's permanently disabled from falling out of a tree stand. I hunt with him yearly, and it's tough because I see him, I see his injuries, and I see that all that could have been prevented with a good fall arrest system. So this is really cool. This is included already, and that's, around 30 bucks. It comes with a harness, and Jeremiah, you want to go ahead and get that out while I'm showing them this stuff?
Yeah, sure.
We use the harnesses from all these tree stands. A lot of people don't, but it saves us a lot of money. An aftermarket harness, if you buy one that doesn't come with a tree stand, usually they cost anywhere from $50 to $100, but we essentially just always use the ones right out of the bag. This is the chain I was describing to you guys. I'll tell you right now, one thing I don't like, it's a little heavy and it's a little loud, but one thing I definitely like is it's really, really strong. It's a nice heavy gauge metal, but it is smooth where it bites into the tree. I'm used to having more tree stands with kind of gouges or rakes in it to where when they get into the tree, they bite. And one thing about it is the cat did not come with the tree stand, so don't worry. If you don't like cats, it won't be in there.
Sorry.
So one thing I don't like about this, obviously, it's a chain, but as you can hear, it's really not that loud. If you hit the chain against the block, it's a little loud. Then essentially, you have a D-loop with an adjuster, and I'll just go ahead and tell you from experience, I'd put something on here to keep that from seizing up in the woods, and I would make sure before you took it afield that it wasn't jammed shut. That way when you got there, you wouldn't need a wrench. So, you put this around the tree, you hook it to the desired length, and you see that would go around a pretty good sized tree. I'm just going to guess, you could look that up on their website, I don't want to say, but that's probably about 3 feet long, I'm just guessing. So, 15, 16-inch tree, maybe up to 20. I'm not for sure, I'll have to measure. You can look on their website. What do you find out about that harness? Is it just a standard harness? Comes with a lineman's belt.
It comes with
Tree strap. Yeah, tree strap. Good.
It's got this is standard harness. It looks like. It's got this. Yes. Oh, let me see what size it is. If I can find out about it.
Some assembly required because it looks like they call this the climbing belt. So I'm guessing maybe this piece attaches to it. I'm not for sure. This is what they're calling the tree strap, which is nice. It's a good strap. It's good heavy material. I like it. Oh, you go ahead and fiddle with it. Can you see what that is?
It's a safety harness. I just don't know what size it is.
It's probably one size fits most.
Yeah.
And it looks just pretty standard. I'm a big guy. If it'll fit me and if it'll fit Jeremiah, then you can imagine it fits about everybody out there. I'm really like a 2X or 3X, so you know, if it goes around me, it'll probably go around you. It's a little snug. I don't know if it would really work for me or not. I have one from another Treestand that works really well. I'll let Jeremiah be slipping it on and see if he thinks it'll fit. But I think it'll definitely fit him okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the stand out of the box. It weighs right at 15 pounds. I think Millenium technically says it's a little, like 14 point something.
Hey Dad, can I try it on?
This is a, yeah, when Jeremiah's done you may.
Oh.
This is a safety strap. I can't remember what they're technically called. You hook them to the belt of your safety harness so you can put your foot in it and rise up and down. That's in case you fall out of a tree, you don't suffer suspension trauma. Now this right here is what slides down into that block. Put it on the tree. You take the pin out, and then you just slide it right down in there. Then you put the pin in there, and then it's there. So let's go ahead and stop that off. Put that back in the box. One thing about this stand, we were looking at buying a stand from a big box store, and the first thing we actually read on a review from the stand from the big box store is a guy had one and it broke and he fell and he got really injured. And I'm not saying that he used it right, and I won't say what brand of stand, and I won't say what big box store it was because I don't want to defame anybody, but I just think it's always good to remember that you're buying good quality equipment that's sturdy and it looks sturdy and it feels sturdy. This is presumably it's aluminum. One thing, the platform's welded, and I don't like that. I like extruded platforms, but those get really expensive. And there's really kind of three stages of these tree stands. That's entry level or the lower cost, which is the pot metal, kind of a steel. It's a steel type metal. Everything that happens, it moves, it pops, it cracks. But it's cheap, it's economical, and if it's all you can afford, that's okay. Then you move up into aluminum, which this is welded aluminum. I like extruded aluminum a lot better, but extruded aluminum is a lot more expensive. This stand retails for right at $300 American. And if this was an extruded aluminum, it would probably be, I'm just guessing, $100 more at the middle, or at the beginning. There's no adjustability in this stand, which I don't like. That's not something I'm used to. I'm used to stands that you can have them in the tree, and if the tree has some lean to it, you can either adjust the seat to tilt differently, or you can adjust the pole that sets against the tree to set differently. But we'll see how much of a problem that is. I don't want to unhook this yet. The bite down here for the tree, it's not very jagged, but I think once it's all set up that it'll hold well. I don't know if you can see it. There's bungee cords up here that hold the seat up.
It actually, please sit back down.
Oh, yeah, sure. Here, Javon. Jackson, come sit back down.
Oh, it'd be cool if I could sit in that. Right there.
It would be cool to set in that. So, to give you an idea, that's how big the platform is in real life. I mean, obviously you can read the specs and get your own measurements, but it's really nice. It's big. I think it's bigger. Looks like it's about 2 or 3 inches bigger than my Lone Wolf, which is really important to have a big platform, because one thing I wanted this for Jeremiah and I to be able to hunt out of the same stand in 2 different lock-ons. So we'll bring our steps up on this side of the stand. We'll hang this stand, and then I'll come right on around and I'll hang another stand right here. So he and I will be next to each other, but he's got a lot of room to walk on. Sometimes you want a big platform, sometimes you don't. If you're an absolute minimalist, don't get this one. There's some stands out there with much smaller platforms. There's actually some of the specialty stands. I think Lone Wolf Custom used to have a specialty stand that had a platform half this size. Way too small for me. I wear like an 11 boot. I like to have a little bit bigger platform, but this one I would almost say is oversized. But it's really nice, and it does pack up to a reasonable size. I wouldn't use a stand this size for busting brush. You know, if you're mobile, run and gun, don't know where you're going to hunt at all, and you might go through a lot of brush, I wouldn't like this one. But this is going to work for us. And this is the bread and butter of all Millenium stands, which is the seat. It's a lot of people say it's probably the most comfortable seat you can get in a portable type stand. And then also one thing I love is we'll just be really quiet and listen. There's essentially no noise. So, you know, when you see a buck come through and you need to stand up, you can just easily, gently close that. Good cables, good heavy connectors here. Nothing flimsy about this stand. I really like it. And one thing that's really nice that you may not think about, these are all things you pay for.
Hey,
Did you notice the fall hazard?
We'll talk about it. One thing you'll notice is these backpack straps right here. These are really a step up from a standard Treestand backpack carry straps. I would say these are more comparable to the $20 or $30 aftermarket straps you buy. And these things really start to add up. You know, you pay extra money for a stand, but then you get the lifeline, I'm sorry. You get the extra straps, or the heavier duty straps, the better carry straps. Hold that for a second.
Hey, how do you put
One
this
thing
on?
of note about this is mobile. So we will hang up some stands the night before we go out, but you can buy these extra. I don't know how much they cost. I'm guessing between 30 and 50, but I don't know.
I think the $399.99.
No, that was for the whole stand of 300.
Oh.
But see, you hang this on a tree and you leave this, and then you can buy your stand and you can come back later, or you can hang it up if you have a farm and a property. The wind is right and the weather's right and you want to hunt another stand, you can just carry this over there and put it up. All right, Jackson, did you want to put the harness on?
Oh, yes.
Let's see if it'll fit. Jackson's really small. Jackson's right at 100 pounds. He's 8.
Well, I'm more like 92.0. So exactly
You know that.
Yeah.
You know that.
I weighed myself today.
He weighed today. All right. Now, one trick about safety harnesses, I hear some guys say they don't like these because they're tricky. I will say the vest style harnesses go on easier, but one thing I always remember, find the top strap first, pull it straight up, lay it over your back, open it up, the flat spot of the top strap goes against your back. Here you go, Jackson. No, here, I'll take it, buddy. Put your arm through here. Wrong one still. Just through right there. And then right through there. Turn around to me.
Are we gonna switch this around?
Jeremiah was asking, go ahead and talk about what you're going to talk about there, Jeremiah.
It's right here. The way they put it. So we looked at displays and they had the straps, you carry it like this. But then, see, the pads aren't up here, they're down here. So, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on, show you. It is very light. It's pretty light. I mean, it doesn't weigh anything. It's 15 pounds, and we were looking at the m100u, and it's 8.5 pounds, and I compared this one to that one, and this one, it doesn't seem like there was much weight. So
The other
15
one,
pounds.
the other one looked like it had more platform, had more bigger front.
Yeah, the monster. We also looked at the m150 monster, which is just huge. It has a bigger platform. It's heavier. It's another 5 pounds heavier. It has a footrest. If you are going to use this for like a setup on your own personal farm, I would probably recommend that. You know, where you could drive it in with a side by side. You didn't have to spend much time carrying it. But this was really bridged the gap between a purely mobile setup and then something that was a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier. So I think my Lone Wolf Alpha is somewhere between 10 and 15 or 10 and 12 pounds. It's lighter than this, but this one actually carries good as big as it is. One thing about this strap here, about this harness we were talking about, it actually has a stomach strap, which is cool. A lot of them don't have stomach straps. A lot of them only have leg straps, so this is really nice. It's a little bit better. So it is a really high quality harness if it fits you. I think this harness would fit me. I have really big legs. I spend a lot of time in the gym, so my legs are real big. But it's not on the floor. But it is a good harness. We'll turn around and show you with Jackson. I would probably still, the size he is, I don't like with the kids' harnesses how they come open. So this would be a no-go for Jackson. But it is a nice harness. And one thing I want to show you, what Jeremiah was trying to explain about the straps. You want to wear the straps to where the seat is carried in the up position. The reason you want to carry the seat in the up position is so it's on your back, you're at the top of your steps. All you have to do is slip this over your shoulder and slip that shiny silver pin, you can see it there, slip that down in the catch. That's why you want to carry it that way. I didn't like carrying it that way because as someone that spent a lot of time doing mobile hunting in deep woods, you know, I hunt the big woods, so there's a lot of brush, a lot of nasty stuff, a lot of fence rows and hedges. So with that seat hanging out over my shoulders, it's going to catch a little, but they actually recommend to put this down and this up so you can slide that on. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing of the Millenium m100u, the use for ultralight. Not the most technical, but sure is a lot of fun. Probably not a lot of other YouTube videos that involve children and cats. So put down in the comments anything else you want to hear about this stand. Anything you want to put down in there about questions. We'll be happy to tell you guys. Millenium has good customer service, which is something important to us. We break a lot of stuff. We have a lot of problems. And Millenium's the kind of company that you can call and go straight to them. Jeremiah, do you have anything else to say about the stand?
I cannot wait to use this because I sat in it and it was absolutely very comfortable.
Hopefully when we get to Pennsylvania, we'll be able to make a video, show you what it's like up in the tree. And that's about all we have for this video.
Don't remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell.
And most importantly, don't forget to get out there
And find
your
your
fun.
fun. Bye.
Bye.